Hi everyone, welcome to day 20 of our 31 days to splits. Today we are revisiting the pose of infinity, Anantasana, side lying, elevated leg, really great pose, good for so many parts of the body from the belly button to mid-thigh, abs, pelvic floor, hips, glutes. Just a really strong pose that I've been happy to explore and learn more about. But let's jump right on into it today on day 20. I hope you're feeling good. We are moving right along here on this month. I hope you're proud of yourself for making it this far. And for your continued dedication to the process and to your mat, to your body. And I can't wait to do this again when we're done with this one. Anyway, let's jump right on in. So feet a little wider than hip width distance. I'm gonna take the hands behind me, interlace my fingers. Just noticing how you're feeling. How did you show up on your mat today? How can you move your body during our time together here to feel better? Let's start to lift the heart, soften the knees, hinge at the hips. Forward fold, head is dangling, shoulders are away. Floating my arms up to the sky, continuing to lift the shoulders away from the neck. Rooting down evenly into the soles of my feet. Neck is relaxed. I'm breathing. Tailbone is lifted, thighs are pressing back. Let's float the arms down to the floor. We'll soften the knees and roll up the spine. Good, take a nice big inhale, reach the arms out and up. Hands down to your heart, one more inhale, reach the arms out and up. And hands down to your heart. Good, down to our table shape. I'm gonna send that right leg straight back, draw it in, foot between my hands. I'm gonna grab the blocks, but before I sink into my low lunge, I'm just gonna start to rock. Get into movement. Start to, again, notice how you've shown up. I'm gonna add a little wiggle in my hips here. And then I will pause. My shoulders are back, my heart is lifting. The right hip pulls back, the left hip is pressing forward. Knee over top of my ankle. Melting the hips forward and down, drawing my navel in, lengthening through the crown of the head. Nice, even, fluid breaths here. Slowly shift your weight back, flex. I'm going to slide my right heel slightly forward, pull the hip back, reach my heart forward, shoulders down, navel is in. I am really rooting down through the heel, pulling that right hip back and then stretching the heart forward. The back of my neck is long. The tops of the shoulders and the side of the neck are long. Good. Sink the hips forward, back toes curl under. Lift that knee, slide it in, drop your heel, front leg straightens. And again, adjusting your hips, rooting down through the feet And squaring the hips up to the top of your mat. Shoulders pull back, the navel pulls in. Lifting up out of my shoulders, drawing the kneecap up into my right quad. And then I'm gonna fold here. I'm bringing my forehead towards my knee, keeping the shoulders lifted. My left hip continues to press forward, the right hip is back. Press into the blocks, add a little bend, step it back. Downward facing dog. I'm gonna pedal my feet out a few times. I'm even gonna let my right leg fly back today. Bend the knees, stacking open the hips. Because that's what my body is asking for right now. So listening. Right foot down, dropping to my knees. I'll send the left leg back. So as always, I've said it before, you're always encouraged to modify this practice based on how you're feeling on any given day, how you're doing mentally and emotionally. What does your body need? You need to stretch out some different parts of your body. Of course, our focus here is the hip flexors, the hamstrings, the glutes, those muscles that we're really working when we come into our splits pose, but creating that consistency, coming to your mat each day, and then just recognizing what you need. That's yoga. That's why we're here. That's why we're on our mats. It's not about the pose. It's all about all the things that we start to discover when we start to peel away all those layers. We're like one big giant onion. Sink the hips back, flex your foot. Shifting my left hip or heel forward. Then my right hip presses forward. My shoulders are back. The heart is reaching forward. What are you learning about yourself through this work, through this practice? And what can we carry off of the mat? What can we take with us into our days? Living yoga both on and off of the mat. And what does that mean? How can we take the tenets of yoga into our life? It's certainly a much bigger question. Sink the hips forward, back toes curl under, lift that knee. I'm going to slide the foot in again, start to square up my hips. Crown of my head reaches forward, shoulders pull back. I'm breathing. Heart is pulling forward, the belly is in. Let's soften here, tuck the chin around the spine, lift your shoulders away from your neck. Feel that length in the back of the neck. Pull the navel in. Send your right hip forward. And then rise up. Soften the knees, shift my blocks, and then step it back. Once again to a downward facing dog. Left leg back. Bending the knee, stacking the hips. Coming down. I'm gonna flip over and come on to my side. I'm gonna start on the right side here. My pose of infinity. Right elbow underneath of the right shoulder. My right leg is straight. And I'm being mindful not to rock back, lifting up in the side body, drawing the navel in. We'll pull the left knee in, extend that leg to the sky. Now you can hold on to your big toe, you can hold on to your calf, your hamstring. But I am lifting up out of the right shoulder, pressing the hips forward, staying on the outer edge of my right leg, trying not to roll back. My heart is reaching towards the space just beyond my head. My core is working here, my glute. I am continually sending the right side of my torso up, pressing the hip flexors forward, trying to maintain stability and breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Keeping my balance, drawing the navel and using the core to keep that balance. Keep lifting up out of my right shoulder. And then I'll bend the knee, send the leg long, and I'm gonna flip around and do the other side. So lying on my left side, the left leg is straight, and again, I'm not rocking back, I'm staying right on the outer edge of that leg. Right knee draws in, grabbing that big toe, lifting up out of my left shoulder. Feel the side body lift up, so no collapse here, none of this. Lifting up nice and tall, pressing the hip flexors forward, lifting that right leg to the sky. My shoulders working, my side body, my abs, I'm pulling the belly in, pressing the hips forward, lifting up, creating length, the neck. My heart is reaching to the space just beyond my head. Good. Just breathing, continuing to engage, to lift up, to stay on the outer edge of that left leg. Good then. And straighten the leg, and then I'm gonna roll to my back for our last two poses. I'll start with the left leg today. Extend it to the sky, straighten my right. Maybe lifting your forehead or keeping it down, whatever feels good. Nice full breaths. Again, just a reminder, we're holding the poses minimum of 30 seconds. You can hold them as long as you want. I recommend at least 30 seconds to a minute, but it is up to you. Right knee in, straighten that leg, left leg is long. Again, I'm reaching through the heel, softening my shoulders. Just a couple more breaths here. bend it in. Set your foot down. I'm gonna rock up to a seated position. And then I wanna thank each of you for joining me on this journey. And I hope that you will continue to find ways to take your yoga off of your mat. And I'll see you again tomorrow. Thank you so much. See you next time.